Good morning, everybody from blissful Bali. I am so happy that you're on this adventure with me. The reason that I'm taking you with me is I want you to believe in everything is possible if it's for your highest good and the good of service to humanity. And what better way to service than come inside your own soul and know who you are. And I guarantee that when you travel to blissful Bali, especially here with our friends, you cannot help but grow and become empowered. First of all, before I take you into where we're staying, the home of Agun Prana and Ibu Rini, I want to explain to you what I'm wearing. In traditional dress for the Balinese women, when we go to temple, we wear what's called the kabaya, and then we have a sarong. You'll note that I have a sash around the waist, and believe it or not, that's because when we're in temple, the women want to keep their emotions out. And for the men, they wear a headdress, and that is to keep their mind on prayer. It's very symbolic, actually, when you think about how we, men and women, carry our pocketbooks. The woman will carry her purse next to her heart, its emotion, and the men in their back pocket right into the second chakra. So welcome to Bali, and come with me on this adventure as we open the gates into Agun Prana's home. Let's go. Normally, when you travel with us, we are always treated like royalty. Here in Bali, especially with Agun Prana and his family, you are not a guest. You become family. So usually when we come in, this is the gate that we come in through. You'll notice the beautiful temple that we have here. I'm going to take you into this temple in a moment, because when you're here with me, this is where we have our channeling sessions with Ibu Ade, and that's extraordinary. So let's come. Look at the gorgeous, look at the beauty that we have surrounding us. Right in front of me here is where Agun Prana and Ibu Rini live. This is their what we would call their bedroom, because their kitchen is actually just over here opposite this altar. Now I want to take you into one of my favorite temples where we do the channeling and prayer. When they have, tomorrow is a big ceremony, and most of us will be in this temple tomorrow for prayer. And the name of the ceremony tomorrow is Galungan. I can't pronounce. You know I'm dyslexic, so follow me. Just don't get lost on the way. So you'll see that everything is colorful. Do you know that in Bali, they don't have a word for art? Everything is created with passion and joy. They have temples above and below. If you go into somewhere to shop, you'll notice temples. You'll notice them in their cars. They're everywhere. They pray, not to ask for anything. It's a daily life of gratitude. Imagine living like that every day. So this is where we usually sit here with our blanket, and Ibu Ade and her husband, who's actually a priest. When our group is here with Andrew Harvey next week, that's one of the most exciting evenings, in my humble opinion, that we actually have, because her channeling is real, and it isn't something to be taken lightly. I hear a lot of people that do channeling, and I always recommend, make sure you have a priest with you, so that you know that you're bringing in only the light. So let's go and visit some other spots. This place is actually called Puri Tanansari, which means Garden of the Angels. Agun also has another location up north where I take you, and I'll be taking the group next week, and it's on the Bali Sea. And there's a beautiful, well, it's actually my favorite temple called Melanting. And she's angelic, playful, and very, very wise. Here, when we first came here in 2003, I had a group actually that came with me then in 2005, and most of us stayed right here in what we would call the compound. But now it's totally different today. Agun has developed villas over the rice fields. There's actually over 40 different villas that we can stay in. And between praying and playing, your soul opens up totally into the moment of who you are. And again, I'm giving you this tour today so that you see the possibilities and you see the beauty. I'm praying that you will enjoy this, even if you're not here physically. We are so connected into the collective that you are here with us. Any prayer requests, please don't hesitate to send us them this week, because we'll all be here praying and playing. Normally here, now tomorrow, this place will be packed because they'll be making different gifts to offer to their gods. Behind here is the family kitchen that they use for their own personal benefit. Right here we have, if there's any cultural dinners, sometimes they make their seats and the tables here. I want to bring your attention to an angel that Lucia and I were able to purchase last year here in Bali. Sometimes it's hard to find the actual angel because their gods and divas are a little different. As you know, they're Kuan Yin, there's Ganesh, and a few others. So when I found this, I was overly excited. And when I came back this year, Agun had it painted in the colors of Melanting, which is the temple I mentioned that is up north in Pamutron. So come on, I'm going to introduce you to some staff, I hope. Usually the staff is walking around. Look at the waterfall. Usually there's orchids here. I'm not sure exactly what has happened to them this year, but they're certainly somewhere around. Right in front of me here, you'll see another temple. This is the small temple that normally just before we leave to get on our flight, we always give thanks and prayers. And if you listen really closely, listen to that humming. Your whole body, your whole cell wakes up to blissful Bali. Here is the main office and the reception. Good morning. Good morning. Say hi to everybody. This is the restaurant when we have groups that we come down and eat our breakfast every day. And then over here they have. Good morning.
Good morning, Ibu. How are you, Ibu?
Bagus. Bagus. Ibu here in Bali is respect for Mrs. So I'm called Ibu Lilly, and when John joins me next week, it's Peggy, good morning, Pak John. So let's just come down here a little bit. So when Andrew Harvey is with us next week, we're going to be doing some talks with him, and you'll see this beautiful round building in front of us, and most of our yoga and our talks will be in that center. Over to the right of me here is the spa. And I just had the best massage of my life, and I'm not exaggerating. 2 days ago, I was so swollen from all the fluid from the long distance travel and jet lag, and took it away. I woke up the next day feeling 100% again. And it all happens in this beautiful space. So let's come down here, because I want to show you the pictures that I posted yesterday of the lily pond. And you know, I think we could all be like the lily. We wake up in the morning glorious, and then we know when to be quiet at night. Look at this architecture. I mean, it's everywhere. You don't make this stuff up. It's part of their inheritance. It's part of how they live. This is another entryway. And look at this gorgeous, gorgeous woman. Can you say good morning? Say good morning. You'll note over here, there's another altar. As I mentioned before, there's altars everywhere. Did you know that altar alters your consciousness? It's why I teach it's so important to have one in your home. I have about 10 in my home, in every corner, and when I had the business, the White Lily, I made sure that that candle and holy water from Bali was on our altar every morning before we opened. Can you hear that again? Listen to the crickets. They're all saying hello. This is all new. Every year that I come, I've been coming, as you know, since 2003, and every year Agun adds something different. Now this is the Lilly pond, where you saw the pictures yesterday. And this swimming pool wasn't here last year. So I'm anxious for the group to arrive because my husband hasn't seen it. And there's another lady coming with us who's been with me 3 times, Lucia, so she's going to see so much more and so many different things. Would you like to see where I stay while I'm here in the villa? Let's go. Hope you got lots of energy because we're going to climb some steps. Look at that scenery when you're in the pool, overlooking the rice fields. Natural beauty. The Balinese, in my humble opinion, are the best when it comes to design and architecture. It's always so difficult to leave, but I'm so blessed to know that this is my second home and that I can always return. So when we have our culture dinner with Andrew Harvey, before we leave, this is where it takes place. So the dancers do their dancing here, the Balinese dancers. And the incredible staff that they have here at Puri Cam and Sari will be making this look glorious with their tables of white and gold. How are we doing so far? You enjoying your adventure? If you can't come with me physically, at least you can be here with us in spirit. And again, whatever your dreams are, whatever you have, a desire, as long as it's for your highest good and the development of that connection and union with a power greater than yourself, I promise you, it will happen here. So this is the villa that I stay in. There's an outside bathroom and a big king-size bed. And this is the very first one that John and I stayed in 2003. So I'm very grateful and humbled. So for today, I hope you've enjoyed this mini tour of Agun Prana, his home. If you don't come on the adventure with me and you do decide to come by yourself or with others, please make sure you let them know. You will be treated as family, not as a guest. So for now, I'll say goodbye. And tomorrow, I'm going to take you through the rice fields for the main temple. Bye.